Today we're going to be talking about the Second Amendment. Do you know what the Second Amendment is?
Yeah, it's the right to bear arms.
I do not know what the Second Amendment is.
Do you know what the Second Amendment is?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
What does the Second Amendment mean to you?
Second Amendment guarantees my right to bear arms.
It means that if you have the right to carry a weapon or to own a weapon, you can, in case anything goes wrong, in case someone tries to come into your house or anything that threatens you, you can use it against them in self-defense.
That we are actually able to own guns as long as we have at least one kind of a license.
But if we're not allowed to possess our muskets in our own home, how will we keep our families safe?
That's what the National Guard is for.
Madison, why do you believe there should be less restriction on gun control?
Fewer restrictions on gun control could help. For example, Sweden has one of the lowest gun control laws, and they have the lowest homicide rate. So having less gun control could be better for our country.
Brandon, why do you believe there should be more restriction on gun control?
When the Constitution was written in the 1700s, firearms were a basic necessity for Americans who relied on firearms as a way of gathering food, protecting themselves from wildlife, and Native Americans, as well as serving in the militia, a universal responsibility of individuals in the 1700s. As time passed and a more regulated military began to form, the necessity for universal firearm possession became significantly less. The Founding Fathers wrote the Constitution for the need at that time and intended for the Second Amendment surrounding the right to bear arms to be interpreted differently as our nation progressed over time. In today's society, with an extensive military in place and police forces both possessing firearms, there is no need for everyone to simply possess a firearm.
Do you know the restrictions that are on gun ownership?
I do not. I used to have a shop teacher who knew, and I don't remember a thing.
I think you got to be 18.
How do you feel about the lack of restrictions of gun sales on the internet?
No, the internet, you can practically get anything, but if they at least if they restrict some things, like certain guns, then we wouldn't have much of a problem with them, so I think that they should start doing a lot more.
How do you feel about the lack of restrictions of gun sales on the internet?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that because terrorists can buy guns that way, you know, and we don't need any more terrorists. We got enough terrorists trying to take our freedom.
Gentlemen, do you feel everybody should be able to have a handgun or bear arms?
Fewer than 3 out of 10 people suggest that we should just leave firearms to our police officers and other authorized personnel.
With firearms having such easy accessibility over the internet, people fitting within the list of firearms exclusions are still easily getting their hands on firearms without any resistance from law enforcement.
Well, it makes freedom free. You know, if someone pulls a gun on me, I got the right to pull a bigger gun on them.
What do you think about concealed weapons?
Well, I don't know about concealed weapons. I like to know what someone's holding, you know what I mean? But I think if we were to maybe go back to the way it was in the Old West where everybody was packing heat, I think it'd be a lot safer place.
How do you feel about the recent Aurora shooting in Colorado?
Well, you know, it breaks my heart to see innocent people killed, especially at a Batman movie, because I'm a big Batman fan. And, you know, it's just wrong. Nobody should be killed watching a movie. But, you know, I think maybe if the ticket guy or the guy making the popcorn, if they had a pistol, they could have taken the guy down.
I think that the fact that they knew about it, that all his family knew about it, that they shouldn't have even let it go that far.
Gentlemen, do you think there is some sort of happy medium that can be reached to please both sides on the debate of gun control?
There has to be some sort of agreement that people can feel safe with, but we need to do more monitoring on background checks and people with felonies, and also try to look up on all the people buying guns online. More monitoring for that would definitely help.
Well, because the Second Amendment was written in such a broad manner, both sides of the gun control debate will always have a significant voice in this manner. A large number of violent gun crimes are occurring due to a lapse in regulation of guns, and especially sales to mentally ill or juveniles. And if more is done to prevent such people from getting their hands on these firearms, such incidents like the Columbine High School shooting or the Aurora, Colorado theater shooting could easily be prevented.
you.